Its chassis is made of stainless steel and aluminum, and its body is pure carbon fiber. It has an incredible 650 horsepower mid-mounted V8 engine developed by Yamaha. But what it hasn't got is ABS, stability control, paddle shifters, power brakes, and it only has a wisp of traction control. So basically, it's one of the fastest cars around with almost no safety features. But all that nothing adds up to something.
It's got a stronger power-to-weight ratio than a Bugatti Veyron. Just better than most motorcycles.
The Noble does this insane speed so effortlessly you don't realize how fast you're going. And that can be flat out dangerous. This is not a car for the timid. It's not much heavier than Lindsay Lohan, but it's 10 times as volatile.
Noble has stripped the M600 down to the bare essentials, and it feels like a car that's only a 5-point safety harness away from going racing. But they didn't get so focused with speed and performance that they ignored the interior. Although minimal, you can tell that they paid attention to the details. So basically, the $330,000 you pay for a Noble gets you one of the purest driving experiences around.
To compare, the Ferrari 458, pretty much the pinnacle of supercar engineering, has Formula One technology that can basically make you 10 times the driver that you really are. Where this has the Formula One technology of about 1973. But the great thing about that is that it allows you to be 100% of the driver you really are.
If you really want to test the limits of your inner driver, you can take what little control the Noble has completely away.
All right, maybe we should turn the traction control off.
The traction control switch is actually a missile launch button from a British fighter jet, a not-so-subtle reminder of what kind of hell is about to be unleashed.
Good God, this thing takes so much concentration, but that's what you want in a supercar, is you want it to push your limits as a driver. Yeah! That was a 110-mile-an-hour drift. That's the problem with a car like this, is the speeds are just so insane. Whoa! All right, let's put that traction control button back on.
I was quickly getting a feel for how unforgiving the M600 could be. And one thing was clear, if I was going to push this car to its top speed, I'd be keeping the traction control on. But how does all this function compare to other supercars? Like the Lamborghini Gallardo Superleggera, packed with 570 horses and capable of 0 to 60 in a blistering 3.4 seconds. Then there's the Audi R8 V10 with 525 horsepower and a top speed of almost 200 miles an hour. To find out how the Noble stacked up, I put it against them in a half-mile drag race.
Here's the challenge. I've got two all-wheel drive cars. The V10 Audi is ridiculously fast, and the Superleggera is one of the fastest 0 to 60 cars I've ever driven. Both of these cars are probably going to take me on the launch. I'm going to have to really focus on not getting too much wheel spin in first, second, or on this surface, even in third gear. But once we get to fourth gear, the hammer is down.
3, 2, 1, go!
That is power to weight ratio right there. Unbelievable. That Superleggera has won just about every drag racing competition that we have entered it in. But it wasn't fast enough to beat the Noble.
The M600 had proven itself to be a member of the supercar elite. It's rare, it has an exotic look, it has insane performance capabilities, but there's one thing that the M600 still doesn't have: a confirmed top speed. My goal was to see how fast I could get the Noble to go. To do this, I was going to need a lot of space, so I went to a retired US Air Force base. The perfect location for an American-owned supercar built in England.
Noble estimates the M600 will do 225 miles an hour, but they've only tested it to 205. So we're going to see how close to that 225 number we can get. We've got 1.7 miles of track. Now, the most important part for me is the braking point. With no ABS, traction control, or stability control, if I lock up the brakes at over 200 miles an hour, I'm done.
Having had some time behind the wheel of the M600, I knew that if I was going to be trying to hit speeds of over 200 miles an hour, I would need to make one minor safety adjustment.
Don't wear skater shoes. I've had to go barefoot in this thing just to fit.
All right, this corner is critical for maximum speed on the straight here. Barely made it through that turn. That's 160 miles an hour right there. I have to admit, my little pinky toe is getting stuck in the pedal. 170.